Hello and welcome to the Bold Black Girls podcast. I'm Aries.
And I'm Kim.
And welcome back. We are in season 4. Really, this could have been season 5, 6,
It really
7, 8,
could have.
but we don't really be paying attention like that.
We made the 100 mark episode before we took our hiatus, a little sabbatical.
Yes. And if you are not subscribed to our YouTube channel, I'm telling you now, go ahead and subscribe. We are trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. And y'all know how hard it is to get a YouTube platform doing something. So help us out. Get us to 1,000. I think we're almost at 400. So we would love to have you. If you're watching us on YouTube, I ask that you would subscribe. Don't just watch, subscribe. So gotta put that out there, and please share it with your friends and all that good stuff.
Be bold and just subscribe.
So we took a break. We did. Was tired. Okay, I know I was. I was like,
I was tired too. I had already talked about a break, right? Because in life, if you continue to go and you don't recharge, it's like I tell people all the time, our phones cannot function off of a low battery.
Amen.
What do we do every night?
Put a charger on.
So how are we doing that in our personal lives in terms of recharging, especially when you think about, honestly, Black women. We're Black women. Everything that we've done, we're doing, we will have to do.
I reject.
I'm not saying it.
That's why we took the break.
Yes.
I'm with you. I'm saying y'all gonna be hearing a theme this season of me rejecting all the strong Black women crapola. I'm not for it. And I said it on a comment that I saw on Instagram the other day, and I was like, I reject all the strong Black women, because it was something about like why Black women be having all these things that we got to do. It was kind of just like a, yeah, girl, I know we be doing that. Like I said, I reject all the strong Black women like comments, and the lady said, wait, you can't leave us like that. Why? And I'm like, because we tired and we deserve to be tired too. We deserve to get help too. And I'm gonna start. I've been doing it. I've actually been actively doing it. And I think, man, you even had that conversation. I'm like, no, I need help. I don't know nothing. I don't know the answers, and I ain't the savior for people. So I'm really getting to that point of being like, I'm gonna just be. I'm not trying to solve the problems.
And I can't solve all the problems. And as Black women too, we have to realize subconsciously we do take on a lot. Like when I think about things just in the past, and I think I shared this with you, I said I still feel like I'm catching up on rest from years ago when I was running. Yeah, when I was running and I'm just running ragged.
Yeah.
Right. You take on so much on the team, and then I'm looking at my other colleagues, and they know when to say when, right? But we don't ever say, you know what? Sorry, my plate is full. I'm at capacity. Ooh. We have to learn how to say that. But subconsciously, we're thinking if we can't handle it, then
it's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. We're not of value, right? If we don't take that on. But that doesn't necessarily equate to you not having value. To me, it equates to you taking on the things that's important. Yeah. And, you say yes to so much, but sometimes you have to say no.
Girl, I am learning that no is
the power of the no.
It is powerful.
And
my mom will laugh when she watches this, but like she had called me the other day. I told Kim we're gonna start to be more vulnerable and telling more stuff this season. So y'all get ready for some tea. But no, my mom had called me and she was like, yeah, I need your help. And I was like, okay. So it's like let's say it's like 3:45 in the afternoon, right? So I'm still working, when she calls, I just kind of FaceTime me and answer while I'm still like looking at my computer. And she's like, I need your help. I have these 2 computers that I need to get updated. First of all, I know they're dinosaurs already. I said, Mom, we could just go buy you a computer for $200.
That's true.
That's too much work.
A Google Chromebook.
I don't want none of it. You don't even use the computer like that. So whatever. And then I want you to download this Fire Stick that I have. It's an older one, so I can't download the own app. And I need you to update the things and all the things, whatever technology stuff she needed, right? And I said, well, I'm working right now, and I will not be available to do that tonight because I'm tired and I don't want to use my brain later.
Right.
Well, I didn't say tonight. Tomorrow. I said I'm not available tomorrow. I said we can do Friday. I'll be available between these time or another. She was like, ew. I said, what? I don't have the capacity, I use that word,
Ooh,
to do that right now. Right now, I am tired.
And it does not work for me.
And to think about doing that, it is not an emergency. There's no real need for it. It makes me more tired. And honestly, I just want to chill. Like I don't feel like doing tech support. And so, eventually she was like, oh, well, fine. Whatever.
Right.
Eventually, it was fine. I said, no, I'm just letting you know. It's called setting boundaries.
Ooh.
I told her that. And she don't be liking that. You know how Black parents don't like you to tell them no for nothing.
Yes.
I just saw a meme today that said Black parents, they really look at you disagreeing with them as disrespect. And I'm like, that's a red flag.
We have to change that narrative.
Red flag alert. But yeah, so but I am like that with my parents. I've always been that type of child where they know that, like, if I feel strongly, like, I'm like, no. And I am setting a boundary with you because this is my time and I can give it and take it the way I want. And you're gonna have to deal with it.
You have to deal with it.
And I say it with a smile. And they'd be like, whatever.
I wish I would have known about boundaries a long time ago.
Yeah.
And how to enforce them. People who don't like boundaries, typically they don't have them themselves. They want to be controlling. And like you said, I feel like Black parents, definitely, they don't like you to use the word no. I actually have to do it with my mother. I can remember, I don't know where I was at. My mother lives with me, on total transparency. And so we were in the kitchen or something, and it was like 10 o'clock at night. She was like, can you do this for me? Ma'am, it is bedtime. No, I am not. You need to go get in the bed. Mm-hmm. No. What does she want you to do? Probably line her up.
Oh, her hair.
Her little kitchen was getting out of control. I'm like, it is not a
kitchen.
Yeah, like, where are you going tomorrow? Where are you going tonight?
Right.
I'm not available. I'm in my silk pajamas. All right. Exactly. I'm getting some tea.
Wind
down. Yeah. And you need to wind down as well. So that's funny. Yeah.
But yeah, that's how it is,
But I think too, like, okay, if Kiara were to say no to me, I would actually be okay with it. Actually, when I pose a question, I will ask her, how was your schedule and can you fit this in? Like, what works for your schedule? I am not intrusive to the fact of it's like, you have to do this now.
Yeah, and that's good. I mean, she's grown, so it's like respecting her as a human being.
Exactly. Like
my kids be like, I'll say like, can you such and such, and then I'll be like, they'll be like, no, because I'm like, no, I'm telling you. Well, you're not LJ. Well, you're not asking. You're telling me. I was like, true. Go do it.
Well, they're kids.
But they are vocal. It's funny for us at this point, but I am teaching them to advocate for themselves. I do teach them, even if it's against me. It's like, as long as you're not disrespectful in a sense of how you're talking to me and whatever, is one thing to be like, no, I ain't doing that. No, okay, now you're gonna bring the other violence out. But I want them to be able to express themselves, so that they can speak up for themselves.
Oh gosh, I want mine to definitely make sure to speak up for herself.
I'm here for rest.
Yes, rest and recharging.
How did we get on this?
Because our sabbatical.
Oh. I was like, wait, how are we gonna know this? Yes, I needed a break, and I was doing the show, so
which we'll get into more of later. And you know what? I've actually noticed a lot of people talk about, and that I've just talked to, saying that they're tired. And when you're tired, you don't have clarity.
Yeah. How do you moody?
Yes,
it affects everybody.
Yes, so get your rest and recharge. And everybody recharges different, right? Figure out what works for you.
But we got a good season coming up for y'all. We already got a bunch of guest books. That was one thing that we were like, okay, we coming back. Let's go ahead and get our guest books. So we got some good conversations. We're going to be talking about Banking Black. We're going to talk about some Black women in tech, tech unicorn type stuff. We're going to talk about relationships. We're talking about like building up the Black community with Black business, kind of the anti-gentrification model. We're going to be talking about all kind of stuff this season. So I'm looking forward to all the guests that we're going to have, some fresh faces and, Bold Black Girl of the Month and all that stuff coming back. So
And we also have we've implemented a start and end date, right? We've kept going and going. And so everything must end at some point in terms of your seasons. Yes. Issa Rae doesn't have Insecure going on nonstop.
Exactly. So we're gonna end in December, and then we'll come back. We'll take another break and come back. We're gonna try to do like some quarterly seasons, like make it real seasons, so we're not just burning ourselves out, because it is a lot of work, you know.
It is. So, and then you have something to look forward to when you break.
And it's good to work with people that that are flexible, and that is one thing I truly value about our friendship, because I'm like, too. I could just be like, girl, I tied, and she'd be like, it's fine, or she'd be like, I gotta do it's fine. Like, we just work with each other, because I think there's a lot of just,
oh, can we find men like that,
girl?
Where are they at?
Don't get me started. Woo! Yeah, that's a whole nother conversation.
Yes, which it could be a whole nother episode.
It really could.
So let's talk about, we'll share with you all what we've been kind of doing in terms of, during our sabbatical. And this is like our Q4 check-in. So at work, you have a Q4 check-in where you talk about all of your accomplishments, how you're trending to accomplish your goals. So I would say, from a professional standpoint, what type of update do you have? How's work?
Professional. Well, we're in Q4, so that means I am on the hustle and grind right now, trying to make sure that, I close the year out in a good way. I'm tracking towards doing that. I'm like not that far away from like a big goal that I really want to get to. So I'm like, Jesus, come on, Jesus. Just now I'm at the point where I'm like, Jesus, just come on. I need this. That's going well. Lots of transition at the job. We've had so much going on, and you notice that there's a lot. They've been talking about the Great Resignation.
Yes.
And I did a panel at the Innotech conference last month, and that was what we talked about. Really, workplace wellness and how employers have to now think more about the wellness of their employees. It's not just business anymore. It's personal as well, because if you want to retain and attract people to your organization, you're going to have to be doing something different. You're going to have to be a lot more flexible. You're going to have to do a lot of other things. So that was a really good conversation that we had about that, because we're seeing it. I mean, so many people have left.
Oh my gosh.
They left the company. Yes. There's some by choice and some not by choice, but this is happening all over. Since they started talking about it like in, I think it was like April or something earlier this year. They had a report that came out about how many people had quit their jobs. And I think the pandemic made people really see that, you know what, I might need to change industries. This might be a good time.
Yep.
So it is a job seekers market right now. So if you're looking for a job, this is the time.
Everybody's hiring.
Ask for everything you want, because they're trying to attract talent. Companies are. So yeah, work-wise, that, and
you're also doing a program.
What am I doing?
You did a program.
Oh yeah, I'm doing. Girl, you have to remind me, child, because I'm telling you, I'll be.
That's why she really needed the rest.
I do.
Missy is busy.
Doing a program with McKinsey and Co. They have a program called the Black Leadership Academy. It's a management accelerator, so it's a 6-month intensive program that I started it in July. So I'm midway through. It'll be over at the end of January, I think, or beginning of February. But it's work. Like, it's work. You have to do digital coursework. You have group work. You have like 2 different groups that you work with. One for digital coursework, one for just talking about the leadership stuff. Webinars you attend. It's a lot. It is a time-consuming thing. But I think I found kind of my rhythm with it. Great group of people. It's all Black. It's just, so someone in my company talked to a couple of us and asked if we want to be in the program. So it's through McKinsey directly. So we're just able to have conversations about things that happen to Black people in the workplace and the ways that we have to carry ourselves. We talked about code switching last week. We were talking about assimilating and all those things that are kind of like conversations that a lot of people don't necessarily have to have when they're at work.
Or can't have.
But it feels good because we're all able to share in an open environment. You're not feeling like somebody's going to be saying something,
Right.
There's just this freedom and connection that we have based on, our experiences. So it's been really, really good.
Okay.
What you been doing?
Oh, so I'm not in sales, but we do have goals that we have to meet for Q4. I think I'm doing good because what this is, I tell people, I said, well, how long have you been with the company? I'm 18 months old.
Ooh.
I'm 18 months old. So work is good. I did apply for accelerator program internally to my job,
Okay.
which is for leadership. So that's a 12-month program and it starts in November.
Okay.
I think I volunteered to be a campus rep as well to help with recruiting.
That'll be good.
Yeah. So
representation matters.
it definitely matters. So I'm doing that. And you know what? Trying to figure out, okay, what will be the next move, right?
Yeah. I've been doing that as well. I've actually had a couple people ask me, even my management, my director, he asked other people, and I just, I'm all about preparation, and that this program is a part of that. It's like, you know what, I know kind of where I want to go next, but I'm always the type like, let me go get all what I need so that when I'm ready to do something
ready, so you don't have to get ready.
I don't have to think about it. I'm like, I'm already had that in my back pocket in the chamber, like, bow. That's gonna be a differentiator,
It is. And I know some people are like, hey, I don't know what I want to do. You really have to do that deep discovery within you to say, okay, what is my passion? What are my skills? And really, you have to do the work. People say, oh, I want to work here. Well, what do you want to do? I don't know. Well, you need to know.
Nobody else don't know if you don't know.
And we went to Sisters in Sales conference. So shout out to that. The theme was power and preparation. And I love that because a lot of times we are not prepared. Right?
Because we think that we're just going to go to work, do a good job. They're going to just know that we're awesome. And then they're going to give us a promotion. It don't work like that.
It does not.
I'm sorry, honey.
It does not. So I've been having some like informational interviews with other people across different departments and really doing more so internal networking.
Yeah.
Which
I
don't even know how I was doing all of this networking pre-pandemic because baby, I be exhausted.
And you be on the phone.
Exhausted. Like I'm worried about going into an office, like energy level wise, like putting on a bra.
Girl, that's a whole nother thing. I only put one on for y'all right now.
And it ain't the best one. So
at all. I don't care. No, I feel you on that though. I was like, but y'all wanted me to actually come in L. I was like, I'm bougie now.
Well, and so talking about the employees experience, right? Because the Great Resignation is real, baby. Every week I'm getting a note like, oh, so-and-so is no longer with the company. Man. Like what? Like, I'm like, do I need to be worried about something?
Right. I'm like, is the cheese moving and nobody told
right. Me? And so one of the things that I do like about the company that I work for is during the pandemic, they incorporated wellness days once a month.
That's good.
It is great. Right.
We had summer hours. So every Friday I could take off.
Okay.
That was
they've even updated their mental health benefits. So now they've increased it from like, you only have maybe 4 to now 12. Yeah. So it's like, you really need to look and assess your employees. We had a mental health town hall where leaders gave testimonies about struggling with certain mental health situations or diseases.
Wow.
Yeah. Very vulnerable.
Wow. That's powerful.
It was so powerful. So even when I'm looking, like if I were to even to consider going to another company, I'm looking at everything in terms of holistically the employee experience and the benefits.
You have to be educated about where you're going. Learn about these companies. It's too much information out here not to know what's happening. I mean, I've definitely been part of the trap. You'll be like, oh, I just want to work at this place because you just think it's cool. You better get that insight.
You better know.
I didn't got on the phone with folks and be like, okay, so tell me about what's going on.
What's really going on?
Yeah, and just an employee, somebody you connect with on LinkedIn, and be like, so I'm thinking about coming. Like, tell me the truth, girl. What's really happening? And they'll give you the tea on all the things, So
the tea.
So you gotta do your research and make it what's best for you and your family.
Right.
Don't just be doing anything and don't accept anything. We ain't doing nothing without negotiating. Never again in life. So anyway,
never. We're not settling professionally or personally
at all.
So that's the update for me. Let's talk about family. So last time we chatted, last episode was September 1st. School had just started.
Yeah. Well, no, yeah, it had started, and then
We're on like a couple of
we
weeks
had
in.
yeah, we dealt with COVID with Marvin. And when I tell y'all LJ, I said, does he have like a little superpower or something?
Strong
Because when
immune
I tell you
system.
that his whole class got COVID and he did not get it.
His whole class?
His teacher was gone for 2 weeks.
Wow.
And I'm like, LJ, like we done already went through this with Marvin. Like, come on, like I'm relying on you to be on point because you gonna be the one bringing it in here, you know?
Right.
So I'm like, Lord, please. And he did not. He has not gotten it. I did have to catch him on Friday because he didn't have his mask on. I went up to school. See, that's why you gotta pop up.
You gotta pop up on your kids.
But no, they had like Marvin got an award for something in class, and I went up there to see, and LJ was sitting there. I said, I'm like, he was like,
where was his mask at?
He had left it somewhere, and I'm like, no, that should be on your face.
They may need a lanyard.
I'm like, Lord, he usually just has it like under his ear, under his chin. So I was very shocked that he didn't, because he always has it on when he's coming home and all that. He had been pretty nervous about it, so I was like, I think he even was kind of like, oops, shoot, you know, I had that mask on. So anyway, but we're good. All is well. They're playing their sports and all that stuff. Same old there, you know. And all is good. I can't complain, child.
You know, just to get up every day because people are still dying from COVID. I had a family member's other extended family, well, their immediate family, someone passed away to COVID. So I just cherish each day.
Yeah.
In terms of my home front family, good. Everything's good. Kiara's good. As I call us, we're the Golden Girls. We waking up every day. I did celebrate my mother's birthday.
Yeah.
So I took her to Penn Stack. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that was my first. I was a little nervous
to be out.
And so I was like, let's get up, be the first one there. I paid for a VIP lane so no one could be near me. And I had my Clorox wipes. I was cleaning the balls.
That's one of the places you do kind of have to like make sure, because when I took the kids, I'm like literally every time I'm like spraying their hands.
See,
you know, every time they bowl, I'm like, because bowling balls are nasty anyway.
So now, I mean, you know, I'm a bowler. I usually have my own bowling ball, so I'm thinking like in my own ball.
What happened to? I thought you had
girl. I don't even know what happened to that ball. I think I left it in Chicago when I moved. So I left it. It was just one of the things that couldn't fit into the car. Kiara's going to school. She's working. I'm trying to think. I kind of met up with like a few people. I tried puttery.
How'd you like it?
It was short. It was too short.
They need to make it longer.
I was like,
there's a place out here called Puttery that they just started up kind of along the lines of like a
top golf, but indoors.
Miniature golf,
yeah.
And it was cute. Like I went.
It's a cute date night.
I went on a date there.
Okay, she'll have to tell us more about that in the personal update. I hadn't gone on the update.
Yeah, I went on a date there. That's the only reason why I know what it is. But it was cute. But it was just like super short. It was like 9 holes, so it's kind of like okay. Whatever.
It was definitely super short. But what I did like is that it's 21 and up, and because where I'm in this stage of life,
like I didn't want to be by one of you,
girl. I'm like, even Penn Stack here. I was like, oh, let's go play games, girl. Just a massive amount of kids came running by. I was like, no, we cannot go play games. Yeah, we're not gonna go. I was like, we can come up on during the week when they're in school to do it. Yeah. So Puttery was fun.
You go there with your mom?
I went there with Tony.
Oh, okay.
Tony and I did that. It was quick. Like you said, it was quick. I mean, good date night, good chill spot. I'm trying to think. That's about it. You know what? Yesterday I went to Bounce America, the inflatables.
And you don't want to be out with people, child.
But I did the adult session. And I had my that is true. So I had my spray for my body.
You're hilarious. How was it though? That's up your alley.
It was actually up my alley.
Him as the person is gonna take the kids to the trampoline place.
Yes. Bounce all over and I've been wanting to go to the trampoline spot too, but I've been scared. I've been scared. I was scared to go because I'm like, the kids, the outbreak. It was the outbreak.
Yeah.
So I intentionally did the 21 and up session. And that's about it. Those are really the only thing that I did. I haven't really done much. I went to see my dad's grave on
'cause,
Friday.
that was his birthday.
his
Or was it
birthday.
anniversary? Okay.
His birthday. So that was my wellness day. So
Yes.
my wellness day ended up on his birthday. So I went there. And then a cousin of mine came along. I took them to lunch. And they were like, we need some help. We need some tech support. Because they're older. And I
y'all gotta help old folks.
And I didn't say no. I was like, I'm not gonna tell them no because I don't see them all the time.
Yeah, no, that was a good call.
Yeah. So they at the end of the day, it felt good because one,
that was a connection to your dad.
It really is because that was he was the oldest. He's the oldest grandchild, and he's the closest to my dad, and he looks like him.
Yeah.
And he has mannerisms just like him.
Yeah.
So Kiara and I really gravitate. But at the end, he was like, they were like, we just had a good time. We enjoyed this and we got to do it again. Right.
Yeah.
They need it just as much as we need it. Right. And we just got to remember that. And I think, we talk about community and unity amongst the community. Don't forget our elders. Yeah. And then I'm looking at them. They're just so cute. They've been married for 53 years. And I'm like, it held on.
Yeah. Well, one day maybe.
Well, I doubt it. It won't be 53. I'll just say that because at this, I'm already in my. He gonna have to be healthy. 53 years?
You got 53 in you. I mean, you'll be 90.
No, ma'am.
Something. You'll be cute.
So that means I have to get a younger man. I won't be able to get an older guy.
That's true because you don't want to have to be taking care of him because then you're gonna get old fast.
Yes.
You need somebody a little more vibrant.
A vibrant thing.
Yeah, exactly. What else is going on in the world?
So we talked about health and wellness. I mean, we can just briefly touch
Mental
on
health
this.
is the main thing.
Yes.
But I am about to start this intermittent fasting journey. I've been a couple girlfriends are doing it, and so I'm like, you know what? I gotta find something new. I'm trying to just something I can do.
Evolve.
I can do intermittent fasting. That's something that I was doing for a while, but I'm incorporating some other like keto elements to it and some stuff like that. But I just want it to be something that I can maintain and like not feel like I'm on a diet
or restricting yourself.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm on that journey. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it goes well because I'm over it.
And as we age,
exactly. That's it.
As we age, our bodies change, our metabolism change. And I think since I've chatted, I think I've gone to a holistic doctor. So I got to follow up. But I'm planning to take some time off from work during the end of the year. Yeah. Take care of, just pretend like I'm a stay-at-home mom without the husband and the kids.
Exactly. Well, hit me up so we can plan that together.
Right. Well, first of all, we need to go hit some golf balls.
We do.
Since the weather is better.
It's getting cold.
It's getting chilly.
It's getting chillier.
Yeah, it's not cold. Like, we are spoiled. So it's like, I'm not ready.
Is that a chill? What is that?
Yes.
I don't like it.
Have you turned your heat on?
No. But it got to 69 up in here. And I was like, what in the world when I woke up this morning? I was like, all right, you got 2 more degrees.
You got to knock the chill off.
You got 2 more degrees before I
and I have my window cracked right now.
Oh, see, that's that Chicago in your blood.
It is. Like, give me some fresh air. Mm-hmm. Head on swivel, like, whoop,
whoop. What's going on here?
Yes.
Yeah, no. What else is going on?
Let's talk about what you've been up to. So during my sabbatical, I've been watching a little bit more television than I usually do. I feel like people think Kim's an extrovert. The introvert of Kim has come out. I like to be in the house. Like I really I went to bounce. I was hesitant because Kiara asked me and I was like, no, right? Erica was like, you want to go? Because I know you're active. And I'm like, yeah, because I want to see you. Mm-hmm. And so that's why I went. But and it was on Sunday and I was like, we record on Sunday. So I told Kiara, no, I'm not going. And so when she said, oh, you want to go on Saturday? That's the only reason why I went because I originally said no.
Kim likes her bed.
I love my bed.
Well, another reason the break was good for me is just because of the show Love on Stage. I think we talked about this
briefly, very high level.
Yeah, we talked. Well, at the time when I talked about it, I think we had not started dating yet or been matched or something.
Yeah, you had not been matched and you had not started dating.
So I've been matched. I've started dating. We've done all the recording. It's over. It's done. And it's complete. And we are now. So if you download the Kept on Stage Studios streaming service, the app is either you can get on Fire Stick or your phone or whatever device. We're at episode I don't know
11 or
episode
12
number, but it's basically part 1 of date 2. So we've seen who I matched with, who went on the first date, and now they've shown part 1 of the second date, which there'll be another third date, and then the in-person stuff. So lots going on there. That took up a lot of time, a lot of just energy, and I've been learning a lot through this process. I'll say I'm really grateful to have gone through this process. So now I'm sitting back and watching like everybody else, because I'm like, wait, what happened on the set? It's a trip, like watching myself.
I was going to say, what is that experience like?
I don't really watch I don't listen to the podcast and only when I'm editing. Right. But I don't really be like, let me go back and watch the podcast, unless I'm like, okay, what was we talking about that day? Let me go back and find it. But I'm not like a fan. Like I am, but I'm not, because it's just weird looking at yourself. So number one, doing this podcast has given me more confidence on just being on camera, right? Because the show is virtual. So the first part of the show is virtual. So the dates and all that, like we're doing just like this.
Exactly.
It's exactly the same. So I'm like, I'll be on this. I do this all the time, So yeah, but I just feel like I've learned a lot about like where I'm at, and that actually I am ready to date. I wasn't really sure if I was ready to date. Like I was like, okay, let me see what's going on. Like, I don't know. I'm ready to date. Like I feel like I'm ready to date. I just don't want to waste my time,
Right.
That was kind of the main thing. So I feel like doing it in this format has been really good because it's kind of organized. There's a structure to it. You have people that you can talk to about things, that happen on the date and all that. People who were there, who saw it's on camera. So every little thing is like, well, right here, you
can dissect and discern
better, or So it's been fun. We went to the comedy. Kev on Stage was actually in Dallas last week, and so me and all the girls went, and Robert, which is another guy from the show, he was there, and Tara Alicia from The Circle, who was a part of the panel on the show, she was there, like a bunch of us. So we all got to hang out at the comedy show, took pictures with them.
But you went to LA too.
I went to LA for the finale. That was a whole packed weekend of just like stuff. So I was like, this is like 5 episodes. Like, what is going on? Like literally from when we got in the car from the airport, we were on film.
What?
So it was
I didn't know that.
Reality TV showish. Which I'm like, I'm on a reality TV show. Yes. When I got to LA, I was like, no, you on a reality show. Like, this is a reality
This
show.
is that is definitely
like everything. So now when I'm watching like Ready to Love, which we do have a recap that we do on YouTube. So if you don't know about it, go over there and subscribe. I'm looking at it from a different viewpoint now.
Exactly.
Because it's all production. It's some production. There's things that I'm like, oh, I wonder what they told them over here. Like, what were they doing while they was over here? My brain now is thinking behind the scenes. But anyway, so yeah, it's been good. So hopefully y'all go get the app and watch and follow along.
Please go watch.
Because I only can say so much. So it's like on Wednesdays, if y'all follow me on Instagram, it's at AriesWW. We're gonna be recapping each episode. So me and the girls every Wednesday. We got one up right now from last week. We did date 1, and then we're gonna do part 1 of date 2 on this week coming up. So actually, if you're listening to this on a Wednesday, it's Wednesday nights.
Exactly. So go tune in.
6:30 Central. So if you want to get some tea.
And I enjoyed the last live.
We had a good old time. We didn't know how that was going to be, and it turned out so great because we got to really talk about like what we were thinking, what was happening behind the scenes, and we were like, we're only going to talk about what everybody else has seen, just so because we don't want to spoil it, but we can at least tell y'all a little bit.
Exactly. I really enjoyed it.
So that was fun. What else? That's taking up all my time. Honestly, that was really one of the main reasons I wanted the break too, because I was focusing on that too, and it was just a lot to do. So now that the filming is done, I can.
It was perfect timing.
Get back. Yeah, I was like, this is perfect, so that we can get right back to BAAAACK Girls and y'all can subscribe.
And let me tell y'all, please go on that Kev on Stage. Like, I don't really buy apps, but I brought that, and it's been good. I must say, like, I don't know if it's because you're my friend. Probably.
No,
I'm biased.
Good,
yeah, it is good. It really is good. But yours has been really good.
I think that if y'all watch our podcast, you'll enjoy it because you'll get to see me dating somebody. You know, be nosy. Go over there and see what's going on, see how it is, and see how my date is as well. So yeah, you see if you go there, you find out, you watch me on the show, you come to the lives, you'll get to have a very holistic view of my personality, and you can connect the dots, and then y'all can help me find something if I need to later down the line, but you won't know because you don't know what happened with me if I date after this. Anywho, I think that's a good recap for today. We just really wanted to catch up with y'all. Next week we got a couple topics we want to start diving into. I told Kim that I want us to, when we're planning for the podcast, we are our own audience, honestly.
That's true.
So we're building content for things that we would want to see ourselves, you know, and some of the stuff we're going to talk about, some of our own personal journey, a lot more, and some of the thoughts behind it. I know I'm going to talk some about some co-parenting things because I've been seeing that pop up a lot more lately, and I have a passion for people just having a better situation and just really being honest about that process. So there's just a lot of things that I think we're going to cover in the next 3 months as we go through this next season. And I hope you all are with us for this journey. So
yes, and if there are topics that you would like to know, or let us know. Yeah, we would love to incorporate it.
Love to. So let us know, and then you know, like, share, subscribe, rate, review wherever you're at. You know, do all the positive things to you know, help us out. So we love you. We'll see you, and we hope you have a bold week. And we will see y'all next time.
Peace.
Bye bye.